to share his valuable insights on the maritime industry.
His Excellency Ramesh Baisji, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Sarvananda Sonowalji, Honorable Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Government of India, Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shri Eknath Shindeji, Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawantji, Excellencies, Ministers from participating nations in various states, dignitaries, senior government officials, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to the Global Maritime India Summit 2023, which is being organized by the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, in partnership with FICCI, India's oldest apex business chamber, which was set up in 1927. This is truly a global summit, as more than 50 countries are participating, represented by honorable ministers and senior officials. There are 83 international speakers and more than 200 foreign delegates, including 31 global CEOs. There is, of course, strong participation from within the country, as well as with Chief Ministers of Maharashtra and Goa, as I mentioned, as well as several state ministers, including from the coastal states. And of course, there are 3,000 delegates who have registered, making this one of the largest events. At the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister, Shri Sarvananda Sonowalji, and the entire team at the Ministry, led by the Secretary, Mr. Ramchandran, without whose support this event would not have been possible. India's maritime history is rich, dating back to the Harappan civilization, as evident by the Lothal port. And in 2022-23, various ports in the country cumulatively handled 1.13 billion tons. And this figure will only grow exponentially, that too, as India's growth accelerates, taking it from being the world's 5th largest economy at present to the 3rd largest in the next few years. A 7,500-kilometer coastline dotted with 200 ports and 14,500 kilometers of potentially navigable waterways is an indicator of the potential of maritime trade, which already handles 90% of India's global trade, which is seaborne, as well as the opportunity, of course, to reduce inland logistics costs. From trading spices centuries ago to my home state Odisha's ancient maritime links with Bali, oceans have truly shaped our economic narrative. And as India becomes an economic powerhouse, its share of global trade will only increase, leading to more maritime and seaborne trade. I'd like to touch upon a little bit about the Government of India's focus on infrastructure development. As you know that this year's budget has a 10 trillion rupee outlay, which is 3.3% of GDP. And that apart, the Sagarmala program, which has been envisaged to unlock the potential of inland waterways and the vast coastline by setting up new ports, modernizing existing ports, developing coastal economic zones, etc. And 802 projects with an investment of 5.4 trillion rupees have been identified for implementation over the next 10 years or so. The Maritime India Vision 2030 is a blueprint to ensure coordinated and accelerated growth in India's maritime sector, and it has been formulated after extensive consultation, leading to 150 initiatives over 10 themes. In order to save time, let me just mention one or two of them, which is, of course, developing best-in-class port infrastructure, leading to 3 megaports handling more than 300 million tons per annum each, and more than 75% of Indian cargo transshipment being handled by Indian ports, and all of this by 2030. India's ranking for international shipments improved significantly, moving up from 44 to 22 in the last 5 years, and it also climbed 4 places to rank 48 in logistics competence. 100% FDI through the automatic route, especially for projects related to construction and maintenance of ports and harbors, not only demonstrates India's positive approach to foreign investments, but also enhances its standing as an attractive destination for maritime infrastructure ventures. Finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about the transformative leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, whom we will have the privilege of listening to in a few minutes from now when he inaugurates the summit. Under his vision, we have not just invested in physical infrastructure, but digital public infrastructure to connect and empower people. Digitization is also enabling us to leapfrog traditional constraints which have normally held back progress. There is a strong commitment to environment, and personally, the Honorable Prime Minister speaks a lot about life, which is lifestyle for environment. And of course, the trifecta of large domestic market, sustained reforms, and a demographic dividend will drive India's growth along with that of the world. And we are clearly focused on becoming a developed nation by 2047. Finally, confidently engaging with the world in a constructive manner, as demonstrated by the successful G20 presidency with the theme of One Earth, One Family, and One Future, has truly set new benchmarks, and India today is a powerhouse to be reckoned with. Indeed, the world's growth engine is the way I would refer to it. Thank you to all dignitaries for being present here today, and I look forward to truly fruitful discussions and comprehensive outcomes over the course of this summit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring words which encapsulated a very promising future for the Indian economy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have with us His Excellency Nimal Siripala de Selva, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Aviation, Sri Lanka, who will address us on behalf of all the partner nations.
Good morning, everybody. Namaskar, Ayubowan, Vanakkam. Chief Minister of Maharashtra and other Chief Ministers, Governors, distinguished ministers, distinguished invitees, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure and privilege for me to address this august gathering on behalf of all the ministers present here for this very important summit. First of all, may I extend our profound gratitude and felicitation to this summit on behalf of His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe, the President of Sri Lanka, and the people of Sri Lanka and the maritime community of Sri Lanka for inviting us. And also, may I extend our gratitude to the excellent arrangement the Indian government has arranged for this important summit. You are aware that Asia is the pivotal economic and vibrant economy in the world now. It is no more West, it is Asia. Everybody is looking at Asia for business, for maritime activities, and for culture and heritage. So therefore, we have a very important role to play. Therefore, Indian Ocean is very important to us for its security, peace, and the sustainability. So with that in mind, India has called upon this important summit from all our neighboring countries as well as from the other part of the world. We have to exchange our ideas. And when I was coming for this podium, I saw a number of billboards which contain the sustainability, which says the theme of this conference is building opportunities. For me, it is the most important thing. Coming from an island nation, small nation in the Indian Ocean, placed at a very important geographical position, the building opportunities, that is what is lacking in the world now. If you take the bigger nations, they try to bulldoze you. There are no opportunities for the smaller nations, landlocked nations, and others. So therefore, our endeavor must be to have a joint effort to ensure that the equal opportunities are given to every country and fight for that and make rules, regulations, and innovations for that venture. So therefore, it is a very timely topic which we will be discussing apart from maritime industry, connectivity, digitalization, all those things are there. But ultimately, the result of this session should trickle down to the masses, to the people of our nations, and ensure that the equal opportunities are given in the maritime sector to every nation in the world. So therefore, with that note, I thank you once again for giving me this opportunity, and we will be deliberating a lot of topics which are very close to our heart in the maritime sector. So we are looking forward for the specialists and the professionals to get involved in very deep discussion in this forum, and there will be a better outcome of policies, legislation, and international cooperation in the region as well as in the world. With that note, I wish everybody a success in your deliberations and thank the Government of India and the organizers of this conference for the excellent arrangement they have made us and given this opportunity for interaction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Highness, for addressing this august gathering. I now request the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Pramod Sawantji, to address us on this highly significant occasion.
For Global Maritime India Summit 2023, Honorable Respected Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra Sri Ramesh Bais ji, Chief Minister of Maharashtra Sri Eknath Shinde ji, Union Minister of the Port, Shipping, Waterways and Ayush Sri Sarvananda Sonowal ji, State Minister Sri Sripad Naik ji, His Excellency the Minister of the Port, Shipping and Aviation from Sri Lanka Sri Nirmala Sripal Nisalva ji, other dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries among the in the audience. First of all, it gives me the immense pleasure to be amongst all of you. Our nation is passing through the phase of immense progress under visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, who has already highlighted the journey from the India for the 75 years of independence to 100 years as the Amrut Kal. Amrut Kal refers to the period of the next 25 years, wherein the country is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas will become the Amrut Atmanirbhar based on the technology-driven and the knowledge-based economy and ascend to the new highlights greatness in the committee of the nation, thus showcasing the world the intelligence, dynamism, professionalism, capabilities, commitment and innovative excellency of our people. He has led the great emphasis of harnessing the blue economy by empowering the various stakeholders right from the traditional fishfolk seafarers, from empowering the shipyards under Make in India to enhance the further avenues in the logistics and explorations of our nation's works to fast-track the manners. Dear friends, it is a pleasure to see such a diverse and esteemed audience gathered here today as embarked our journey to promote the Global Maritime India Summit 2023. The maritime sector is a lifeline of our economy, connecting to the world and driven trade and investment. With India's strategic geographical location, our ports and waterways have the potential to become the major drivers of the growth and connectivity by only within the country but across the international border. The potential can be fully enhanced with the central state government and private sector becoming the equal partner of our growth story. Goa's maritime sector is multifaceted. It is a powerhouse driving economic growth